What's up guys, it's Dubb. So this is part 2. I'll show you how to replace the rear struts on this 2000 Toyota Celica. 2000 and 2005 are the same, and I believe like most Toyotas, they're very similar as far as replacing the struts, so follow along. So in order to remove the struts, I went ahead and removed some of the plastic on top so I can get to the nuts to loosen them up and undo them. And also I'll put the links below, show you how to remove the front struts, and also how to rebuild the struts and how to remove the struts and the spring. I built a contraption to take them and replace the spring and the struts. They're pretty easy to build and easy to use. Yeah, just go down there and find the link and in the comment section and click on it to get to them. Right now you see the struts is bolted down by 3 nuts right there. Go ahead and use a 17mm socket and loosen them up. These are the original struts that came with the car. They've been on the car for over 20 years. So I went ahead and used a breaker bar to loosen them up, and to make things easy I use an impact driver to make things go a little faster. So before you move the strut from the car, right now it's a good time. Since it's still attached to the car, you got a little more leverage. Let's go ahead and loosen up the nut on top. Here's your need Allen and also a wrench. Go ahead and loosen it. So later on when you remove the struts, taking the top nut will be a lot easier. Let's go ahead and remove the wheel. You will have one bolt going through the bottom of the strut. Let's go and remove it. Go ahead and use a jack to lift up the drum a little bit. This way I can kind of play with it a little bit to get that bolt out. In order to get the strut out, I need to disconnect some of the linkages. So this way I can push down on the spindle to clear a path for me to remove the struts. We're almost there. Before we start stretching everything, let's go ahead and undo the clip for the brake line. Last thing I want to do is damage or break the brake lines. Remember, this car is over 20 years old. I use a crowbar to help me, just push down the spindle to clear the strut so I can get it out. I guess you can push on the spindle up and down to rock back and forth to loosen it up to get it out, but this is easier and less effort. Let me go ahead and remove the driver's side as well. On this side, beside me propping out the struts with the crowbar, I was able to get the struts out without, prying it down with the crowbar. So that makes things a lot easier too. I guess you can try both ways and see whichever way is easy for you. So when I made the struts removal tool, I did it to accommodate the front struts, and the rear one's a little different, and there's not a lot of room for me to clamp onto with the angle iron. So to prevent it from slipping, I went and got a piece of angle iron and made a few holes in it. This way I can bolt onto the angle iron and along with the struts. So this way I know it's not going nowhere. All this does is prevent the struts from sliding around. So all the nuts and bolts is just finger tighten. So every struts on this car is bad, so I'm glad that I took the time and replaced all of them. And so far, let's see how much I spent on these KYB struts. I think around, I want to say around 350 bucks for all four of them, and plus some miscellaneous item, another $40 more maybe. So I have already replaced the struts, and let's go and put them back, and pretty straightforward. Everything should pop into place and bolt everything up and we're done. And by the way, if you want to know how to replace the front or build the spring compressor, I'll put the link down below in the comment section. You can go and take a look. I hope this video helped you, do your strut replacement. So I think the most scariest part is trying to get the spring off the strut, especially when you're using the regular clamps that are attached on each side and tighten them. That'll be a lot of pressure right there. So with the spring compressor that I made, you can see that I sat down on the lever and I just push it down, and if I loosen it up and it just go right up, so there's like not much tension there. So that makes things a lot easier. Yeah, so I guess everything is pretty much easy on my end since I got the little tool. So I recommend you build one of these things if you do this from time to time, and makes your job a lot easier and it's safer. This video can continue playing, show you how to reassemble everything back together on the struts.